And how do you stay balanced in that space, right? You want to build, you want to grow, but at the same time, no growth is without moments of like downturn. And especially in the last few years, we have seen so much uncertainty and unpredictability. As a leader, how do you keep that balance? How do you manage that for yourself?
Growing hurts. So this is something I think it's important to accept it and be aware of it. This goes for a company. So those are the growing pains of scaling companies. It can be in growing, but then sometimes even in shrinking. But I think as a leader, also if I bring it back to me personally, looking at the last years, there has been up and downs, a lot of uncertainty in the markets. I think it's important to stay balanced. I can share one example. A couple of years ago, we were very early in our company growth. And then COVID hit and we didn't know, could client pay us? What should we do? Will we have to close down the company? Can we keep the employees, etc.? We did one very useful exercise for ourselves. We killed the company mentally, right? So we went through that process and said, what if, what would still be left? And we discovered a lot of network, know-how, personal assets, experience, etc. So we could easily scale it up again. And that set us mentally free and gave me a lot of freedom in saying like, okay, now let's buckle down, all hands on deck. Let's keep on doing what we can control and what we can do. And for the rest, let's not worry because, even if your company ends, you personally have a lot of learnings. Nobody can ever take that away from you. So that gives me a lot of freedom, I think. And with that also, you need to look at your personal life. I do regularly yoga. That helps me. I work with different coaches over the years that challenge me or help me look at different perspectives, personal life, professional life, and all that together, I think helps to stay focused and have the right energy.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that perspective. And I speak to many leaders who say that they are too busy, that they have no time for yoga, meditation, or anything else, right? So how would you answer or spread the message that you're trying to say, who is somebody who is overwhelmed, who is stressed?
Yeah. I first want to say exactly those things, right? So I totally get it, what you mean. You got to make time for it. Again, so much easier said than done. But I try to do it, for example, in the morning. I'm really not a morning person, but I try to do it twice a week in the morning. And I trick myself. I sign up the evening before. And then if I cancel last minute, I have to pay. And it's really not about the money. It's about that symbolic that kind of keeps me in. And okay, then I get out of that. And then I do it. And I've discovered the days when I have done sports in the morning or had a moment for myself, I'm more productive, I'm more balanced. And it's almost like an extra layer around me of protection in terms of all the stress I have to deal with. But it's not easy. I travel a lot and then my rhythm gets messed up and it's difficult to keep on it. But I can be very persistent and that helps me.
Yeah. And can you share a little bit of how does that help you in your day-to-day, right? If you have a high pressure meeting, if you have a high stakes conversation coming up, how does that sports, yoga, meditation helps you in that moment?
I think it helps me in a way where I can recognize my own stress level building up. So I become aware of it and I can try to let it go, or sometimes I need to live through it. And sometimes I had meetings where I need to get up and say, excuse me, I really have to take a break now. And then I take 5 minutes walk around the block, do deep breathing, and then I come back and I say what I did and we laugh about it. I'm not ashamed of that. And then we have a really productive meeting. So I become aware of it and ideally it doesn't get to me as fast as it usually would.
Thank you. Thank you for adding that. I think one key thing which I listen from that is like a sense of awareness of what you are doing rather than just being in that doing. And so you're noticing when your body is reacting in a certain way or when you're feeling anxiety, and then either you stay in the meeting or you step out, at least you have that choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's kind of paradox when I first introduce any kind of deep breathing exercises or meditation, it feels like it will take away more time, but over a period of time, it actually gives you time back because you are able to more to be more present, and you can sometimes go directly where you would otherwise get lost in circles.
Exactly. You train a reflex in your body. I think that's, and then it's just a program that runs in your body and that you just mentally need to kick off, or sometimes not even that, and then that's easier. So that's what I like about it.
Yes.